Watcher, welcome to the Practice Hub, the cliff notes, as it were, for singing the amazing My House from the musical Matilda, which is grade 5 on the Trinity London syllabus, but grade 6 on the ABRSM Musical Theatre syllabus. What's up with that? And in this video, we are going to go into the detail of My House so you can sing it with confidence. You can ace that exam, or you can just sing it and ace it for fun. I am a classically trained vocal coach who, fun fact, lives in the same town, the same city that Mr. Roald Dahl himself was born in. Yay, Cardiff! So what are we going to do? We are going to break it down as follows. First of all, we're going to talk about the rhythm of the song, engraining that rhythm inside of us, getting that rhythm into our bodies. Then we're going to move on and look at the notes, look at the melody, look at those intervals with a few exercises. We're going to practice those intervals to some wonderful, strange vowel sounds. You know how I love vowel sounds. Then we're going to look at the words, pesky words that can trip us up, and search for finding the most beautiful vowel sound for the word that we are singing while still, telling the story. And then finally, we're going to look at the characterization of Miss Honey. That's the character that we are portraying. We need to be genuine in our performance. We need to know the character inside out and have that character sing through as we sing this wonderful song. So let us start with the rhythm of the song. Rhythm we feel, first of all, in our backs. It's really, really strange, but it's a full body experience, and it's important for all songs to start with the rhythm. It's important with all songs to start with the rhythm. Rhythm is the skeleton to the whole being of the song. It's the bones, it's the bear, it's the foundations. Rhythm is everything. So really start there, really get that rhythm into your body. Feel the rhythm, as they say in Cool Runnings. Love that film. So the piano, do 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 do. The rhythm is very steady, very gentle. I like to click my fingers. I should probably buy a metronome, but yeah, my fingers do for now. You could tap your chest, tap your thigh if you wanted to, but I prefer a click. Now this song is syncopated, which means that the lines, the melody comes in off the beat. It doesn't come in. These are the beats, and it comes in off the beat. So just take a moment just to feel that rhythm. Walk around the room to that rhythm. Take a step each beat. What I like to do as well is to breathe in and out to this beat to feel it. So breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Have you got the rhythm yet? I have. My finger is hurting, but you get the point, and I'd recommend doing this for all songs. Really get those foundations down, really get the bones of the song into your being. So now that we have found the rhythm, let's look at the melody. It's a very basic song in terms of the structure, because it repeats sections like you would expect from any song. Normally they are A, B, with maybe a bridge and then another B, which is the chorus. This one has obviously that big build, the big booby belty section. It has a key change. I mean, hello, it's musical theatre. It's a subtle one at the very end for the big belt. But otherwise, it's not all that difficult, which is why I suppose it is grade 5 and not a higher grade. Why is it grade 5? Maybe the syncopation, maybe that, I don't know. I'm not on the board of bigwigs that decides the grades for songs. All songs, I think, are challenging in their own way, and this one definitely has its challenging moments, but it's fabulous, and I wish that it was around when I did my grade 5, because I would definitely have badgered my singing teacher to get it on my list of repertoire. It's fab. It's a very conversational melody, very bitty at first. It's just representing the character of Miss Honey, which we will talk about a little bit later. But there are little subtle things which I do really love. The way that the melody rises, it finishes on higher notes rather than finishing on lower notes, which brings a sort of hopefulness to Miss Honey's words, you know, rainfall, things like that. It goes up. It could have gone rainfall, it could have gone down, but no, it goes up. Love that little touch. Very, very bitty and blocky at the start. Like I said, she comes in timid, it comes in quiet, and it grows to that big, bombastic, boomy, belty moment, which are so in modern musical theatre. To then come back with another contemplative phrase, it's just fabulous. But let us look at these intervals, because they're tricky. They are tricky. They're simple but tricky. Okay, so what we're going to do is all very simple. That is just a major third. Okay, and it's very, very important to nail all these intervals before we add the words. So we're going to do all of these exercises to the same vowel sound. We're going to start with an oo, and then we're going to do an e, and then we're going to open up into an ah, and it's all going to be very, very forward in the same place, kind of smack bang. Look what I have here. Smack bang in this section of our voices. This section here, ah, you're going to feel, see that there? That's your soft palate. You're going to feel that lift, sort of in a pre-yawny position. You know when you're just about to yawn? Ooh. Feel that space, feel that wonderful space, and that's where we're going to get all these vowel sounds. Ooh, ooh, sort of up here too. So you're going to feel that pre-yawny position, but you're going to bring the sound forward ever so slightly so that it is resonating here in this big, huge space, funnily called the middle meter. I absolutely love it, but that is where we're going to feel the sound. Feel the sound. As I said, we're going to do an ooh, an e, and an ah. First of all, to this bit, which you might recognise, which you should recognise, is the beginning. This roof keeps me dry, etc. So let's do it to an oo, then an ah, then an e. Ooh, ah, e, ooh, ah, e. Very little change in terms of what's happening inside between those vowel sounds. One more time. Ooh, ah, e. Ooh, ah, e. Ooh, ah, e. Awesome. Go over and over and over that. Honestly, it's going to help. Next. A wonderful fifth. So we've had a major third. Now we have a perfect fifth, which is the rain falls, those bits. So now we're going to, again, same thing. So the ooh, the ah, and the e. Ready? Ooh, ah, e. This might be a little trickier because it falls very near or on some people's passaggio. What is the passaggio? It is our break between our head and our chest voice. So that transition can be a little bit tricky. That's where you can have scratches, you can have breaks. I know a lot of my students can go really, really breathy. Some actually do crack, but the way around that I find is to slide. So let's do these again, but with a wonderful slide. Sliding all over the shop. Ready? Ooh, ah, e. Ooh, ah, e. Ooh, Awesome job. We have those intervals for the verse now. So now let's get on to the my house bit, the emotional pull of the song. So this is a fall of a third. Oh, my house, and then we're going to do my house, and then we're going to do the high bit too. But first of all, guys, we're repeating Old Faithful, but we're going to do it again. So ooh, ah, and then e. Ready? Ooh, ah, e, ooh, ah, e, etc. Keep doing it. Keep drumming that melody in. Ooh, ah, e. And then ooh, ah, e. Ooh, ah, e. Cool. Now, then we go up. And we're going to do the same. Ooh, I. And ooh. And again. Those are the basic intervals. Those are the most important intervals for the song. If you just go over and over and over those to the ooh, ah, and e, it's really going to find wonderful resonance within your voice, and it's going to build strength. So I highly recommend doing this first before bringing in the words. This is going to set you up for greatness, honestly. I know it can get frustrating. I know we want to run before we can walk. We want to go straight in with the words. But if we just bring it back, sing it back, bring it back to this, it's nothing but good. It's just going to be amazing, okay? And so let's look at these words, because there are a lot of diphthongs in the words that Tim Minchin has chosen for this song. What is a diphthong? A diphthong is a word where the vowel has two sounds in it. There are a lot of these in English, which is handy. Thanks, English language. So what have we got for diphthongs? Just look at my house. You've got two. My, I, my, two vowel sounds. House, ow, ow. That's a diphthong. So you've basically got four vowel sounds in two words. Difficult to sing, but what I would do is you'd pick one, usually the first vowel sound, and then you quickly add the second at the end of the note, especially if it's a big long note, and especially for my house, my. That's why you're going, my house. See, you have the ma and the house, the open parts of the diphthong. They are the ones that you hold for the long notes. You could go, because it's my house. Not really going to have the same quality, the same effect, is it? So yes, let's go. My house. My house. Lots of singing like that. You've got fear, ear, rain, rain. There's loads. For this, when you were singing, have them, like I said, when you were practicing the vowel sounds, the I sing them there, have them resonate in that same place. This roof keeps me dry when the rain falls, alls. Make it like the R that we've been singing, not falls. We might say falls and it'd be quite forward, but sing it more all. This roof keeps me dry when the rain falls. But as difficult as these words are with all the diphthongs, in terms of expression and meaning, they are an absolute wonder. You've got some really, really gorgeous, lovely, expressive words that you can pull different colour from your voice onto. So if you think about fear, it's a scary word. You want that to come out fearfully, you want to be scared when you're seeing that. When you are describing this house, this roof keeps me dry when the rain falls. It's so hopeful. Warm, talking about warm. I am warm. I am warm by this small but stubborn fire. I love the word stubborn. Enjoy that. So feel warmth as you are singing the word warm, and really think of that little stubbornness. Think of your little sister, your little brother, someone who just is stubborn, and get that across in the word that you are singing. It's absolutely glorious. Paint that picture, paint the scene. This is what the song is all about. Miss Honey is painting the scene of her house and how much she loves her house. And as we know, home is where the heart is. Our homes are our castles. Our homes are where we feel safe. And you want that feeling to come across most of all in the song, which leads us to characterization and talking about Miss Honey. And for those of you who don't know the actual story of Matilda, Miss Honey is obviously related to Miss Trunchbull, the evil Miss Trunchbull, but Miss Trunchbull has denied Miss Honey her full inheritance and everything that she got from her father, who unfortunately has died. So that is why Miss Honey lives in poverty, basically. She lives in just a very run-down house with crates for furniture and very, very, very basic things. But she's happy. She's happy with what she has, and that is why in this song she is just, there's that hopefulness. Like I said, there's that peace, there's that happiness. She feels safe in her home, and she's describing that. There's the repeated line, "It isn't much, but it is enough for me," that comes many, many times through the song. Now you want to vary that ever so slightly each time. You don't want to sing it, "It isn't much, but it is enough for me." Exactly the same colour. "It isn't much, but it is enough for me." No, vary it up. "It isn't much, but it is enough for me." Add some breathiness. "It isn't much, but it is enough for me." Lengthen notes at the end. Have a play with all of these phrases. It's the beauty of this song is that it is so conversational. It's Miss Honey having a conversation with Matilda, but also convincing herself that she is happy in this house, which of course she is. She is. And that's why you start off very timid and very staccato. "This roof keeps me dry when the rain falls. This door helps to keep the cold at bay. On this floor I can stand on my own 2 feet." You can throw away these lines, especially if they're too low for your range, because it's very descriptive. It's very speechy, this beginning. It gets belty and it gets stronger as the song progresses. And I would say the one line to look out for, especially, it's a personal favourite of mine, but it's the "There is nowhere I would rather be." For me, that is the most beautiful line in the whole song. It is the line of the song. There's nowhere else that Miss Honey would rather be. That line should be your most sumptuous, your most your warmest, there we go, your warmest line, your most expressive line. That is, for me, that's much more important. The big belt's fantastic. Of course it is. It's the big boomy belt. But that line to me holds the most meaning and has the most specialness in it. When you are going up to the big huge belt, it's a D. Tongue forward, throw it into your nose, feeling in the winter storm. So, and when it's cold outside, I feel no fear. Do a little to get you up there, that'll help. Lift that soft palate, push down with your tummy to engage your powerhouse, and just go for it. And then also, don't feel that you have to do it as a big boomy belt if you don't want to. Play Miss Honey how you want to play her. And the beauty of this role is that it can be how you want. You can be, it's cold outside, I feel no fear, even in the winter storm. I think it's fiercest storm rather than winter storm, but hey, sorry, I always sing winter storm, fiercest storm. Play with it. Have a play with this song. Paint that picture however way you like. Make this song your own. Make this part your own. If you were to Google My House, which I have done, on YouTube, there are many, many different performances by many, many different singers, and they all sing it differently. So your job is to find your voice, find your way of singing this song, your way of performing this song, because it's a good one. It's amazing. Such a good song. So there we go. I hope that has helped. I hope you found that interesting. I would love to know how your performances go, how you find, whether there's anything else you'd like me to pick on, because I've only picked on particular moments for this song. So whether there are any other aspects of this song that you'd like me to go into more detail with, let me know in the comments down below. Also, let me know what songs you would like me to cover next. What are your favourite songs, your favourite musical theatre songs, your favourite pop songs, whatever songs, let me know and I will dive into them for you, break them down a bit, give you some tips for singing them a little bit better, definitely a lot stronger, and yeah, just to get the most out of your voice, to grow your voice and to grow your confidence. So don't forget to do the YouTubey things, like the video, subscribe if you were not subscribed already, ring that bell for future notifications, and I will sing with you soon. Bye!